friends, welcome. I got a book in the mail from a friend who saw my video about how I ran out of books and sent me books. So my dear friends, thank you so much for this book. I'm so excited. It's called Mr. Floop's Lunch, or Floop's? Mr. Floop's Lunch. On a day too beautiful to stay inside, Mr. Floop packed a delicious lunch and took it to the park. When he found a nice spot, he opened his bag and took out a soft, warm roll. Mr. Floop loved rolls. A bird perched on the bench. "Would you like a little bit of roll?" asked Mr. Floop, and he gave some crumbs to the bird. And to all the other birds. When the roll was gone, the birds flew away. Mr. Floop reached into his bag again and pulled out a string of juicy sausages. A small dog trotted over to the bench. "I know what you want," said Mr. Floop, and he gave some sausage to the dog. And to all the other dogs. When the sausages were gone, the dogs ran away. Mr. Floop took some crunchy peanuts out of the bag. A squirrel crawled down the tree branch of a tree. Mr. Floop fed a peanut to the squirrel. And to all the other squirrels. When the peanuts were gone, the squirrels ran away. Mr. Floop took the pot. What a day it has been. Mr. Floop took a bottle of milk from his bag and poured himself a nice cool cupful. A tiny kitten jumped into Mr. Floop's lap and purred very loudly. Mr. Floop looked at the kitten and then he looked all around. There didn't seem to be any others. "Well," he said, "maybe just a little," and he gave some milk to the kitten. What do you think is going to happen next? And to all the other kittens. When the milk was gone, the kittens ran away. Mr. Floop sighed. He'd given his bread to the birds, his sausages to the dogs, his peanuts to the squirrels, and his milk to the kittens. He was very hungry. Mr. Floop was still hungry when a woman came by carrying a picnic basket. "Excuse me," she said. "May I sit here?" "Please do," said Mr. Floop. "Thank you," said the woman. "This is my favorite bench." She sat down next to him. "Yes, it is nice," said Mr. Floop. "I come here every day and share my lunch with the animals," she said. "I wonder where they are. I don't think they're hungry," said Mr. Floop. "Really?" said the woman. "Not anymore," he answered. Then she saw Mr. Floop's empty bag. She smiled. "Would you like to share my lunch?" she asked. "I suppose I could eat a bite or two," said Mr. Floop. "I don't like to eat alone," the woman said, and she handed Mr. Floop a soft, warm roll. "Thank you," he said. "I love rolls. And I like sharing lunch." Oh, that's so cute. Give me magic fingers if you like the story. I'll see you tomorrow.